One.
What's up, guys? Today I will be talking about the use of alternative fuels and why using alternative fuels besides fossil fuels will not only benefit humans after our generation, but nature as well. Did you know that 8% of lung-related diseases are due to car pollution? This is very serious because most of us, if not all of us, drive gas or diesel-powered automobiles, so we are directly affected. Those of you who like animal and plant life are also in for some shocking news as well. Because if we keep up with current trends, there may not be any animal or plant life left. I have been extensively researching the effects of car emissions and how they affect us and our environment for many years now. This is something that fascinates me and is something that should be stopped. Now that you have a basic idea of what emissions do, let's get into how they happen, how we can stop it from happening, and how it is affecting us today. People are dying and are having health problems all around the world due to car emissions, and nature is dying as well. We need to switch to alternative fuels such as natural gas, electricity, biodiesel, and hydrogen, just to name a few, in order to make sure that we can sustain ourselves and not actively kill our own planet. This problem is important because it is actively affecting everyone and everything around it. For example, cities in China and China itself are suffering the worst from air pollution, and the people of China are not allowed outside of their homes for more than 2 hours a day, otherwise there may be serious consequences and problems to their lungs due to the amount of air pollution. It's how truly bad it is getting in our world today because of different types of air pollution, and if we don't change our ways soon, the US may follow. In fact, in some parts of the US, there are already thick clouds of what is known as smog, which hovers above them. Smog is a mix of different types of air pollutants that cloud the areas above heavy traffic, such as California. Smog also is worse in areas that have more of a warm climate and can trigger asthma attacks in people who are stuck in the cloud's grasp. This does not only affect overpopulated areas such as China and California, however they affect the entire world, including nature. Trees take the brunt of the force of what air pollution has to offer. Trees take in CO2 to help them produce food in a process called photosynthesis. But while they are doing this, they are taking in the pollution in the air as well, which attacks their living tissue, which are leaves, which in turn makes them weaker so they cannot fend off disease and insects as well. The rate of trees dying due to air pollution has tripled since 1980, and that directly correlates to the numbers of humans that have been born since then, and how many people now drive cars compared to that time 40 years ago. Another example of what air pollution does is that it decreases the ozone, and the ozone is a layer in the atmosphere that protects the Earth from the sun's ultraviolet light radiation. This is a very important thing that means that humans and all life need to survive, and the emissions from cars and other air pollution are directly affecting that ozone layer, causing it to thin, which over time will cause adverse effects on the human population. With the ozone layer thinning, more heat is being generated, causing the Earth to warm up as well, which is known as global warming, which is a very bad thing for everyone, but the things that are going to be affected first are Arctic animals. Arctic animals live on large bodies of ice known as polar ice caps, and they are melting now that the Earth is heating up over time, so eventually, if we keep up with current trends, all of the animals could end up drowning because there will nowhere left for them to swim. These animals are like polar bears, penguins, or seals. With the polar ice caps melting, there will now be a surplus of water that will enter the ocean, causing the ocean levels to rise, which will then come onto the land masses, which we call home, and eventually we could join the Arctic animals' fate. So how does one address this need? What are some solutions to answer this need? We need to combat pollution by doing a few key things, and some of the steps may not be the most simple, and they may ultimately cost more money, but in the long run, it will be better to do some of these things rather than not be able to breathe later. First, we need to switch to hybrid or electric cars, and a few examples of these are Priuses, Ford Fusions, or Toyota Camrys. For electric cars, there are the well-known Teslas that you can buy as well. These cars are great because they have no air pollution involved. For Teslas, because they run off of electricity, so they have no harmful chemicals to emit. And hybrid cars, which are the more affordable ones, usually run off of 50% gasoline and 50% biodiesel. Now this is not perfect, but 50% is a massive decrease in emissions coming from cars if anyone drove one. The last thing that can be recommended is that if you live close to things like a supermarket or your workplace, don't drive there every day if you can't afford one of the cars listed above, try to bike or walk there instead. This is the best alternative because it keeps you healthy as well as keeping the planet healthy. And many people have gone the extra mile to help save our planet, and with a few simple steps like these, you can too. I can promise you that you will feel better driving the most fuel-efficient and eco-friendly cars because you will feel like you are truly making a difference because every person counts. And once others see how much of a difference you are making, they will soon follow. People who drive eco-friendly vehicles will not only benefit themselves, but they will benefit the planet as well and everything that lives on it. Our planet may no longer be inhabitable in the near future if we do not make a change, so we need to act now. Please consider making a difference by following the steps to save our planet. It is incredibly important that you change over to alternative fueled cars because it will benefit us tomorrow. Switching the type of fuel you use while driving an alternatively powered vehicle or even no vehicle at all can very much reduce the effects of global warming and the growing threat of air pollution which looms over us today. For more information on what you can do to help the cause, I suggest visiting northwestern.edu. They have a lot of great tips on how you can fight air pollution in simple ways. Today I cover what global warming and air pollution are, the effects they can have on the planet, how you can help, and where you can go for help, as well as on how to combat global warming. Our planet is our home, and we have not been treating it the best in the past. With a few steps that may be a little bit more pricey, we can have a better world for the generation that comes after us. And one day they will be saying how we saved them by turning to alternative fuels because they will get to live a happy and healthy life as well as breathing cleanly. Thank you.